On most days in Australia's Hunter Valley, you'll find Chinese visitors among the tourists who make the slow trek across the picturesque countryside.
Shiraz, yes.
It's not surprising when you consider what the makers of the area's prized asset have done to attract the Chinese market.
We have a young lady who works here at Celador that speaks fluent Mandarin. And I think and we're not the only people in the district that do that.
Australia's wine industry is also seeing the fruits of its marketing efforts in China, which include an increasing number of Chinese visitors.
We also, at the same time, try to understand what they want in a wine as well.
And a boost in Chinese investment in Australian wineries. In fact, it's estimated that about half of all foreign interest in vineyard sales across the country here comes from China.
This is a special aged Tawny.
But the real winner here is Australian wine exports to China, which are experiencing record growth. Last year alone, exports increased by more than 60%.
It's a huge, phenomenal figure, and the Chinese consumer is starting to drink the higher qualities wines as well, and the price from the Australian point of view is starting to climb as well.
Australia's wine industry is among several of the country's export sectors, including fruit and nuts, that stands to gain an even larger share of the Chinese market, especially if a tariff-driven trade war escalates between the U.S. and China.
Well, I think in some ways the erratic nature of the US under the Trump administration makes Australia a very reliable and stable trading partner for China, for Japan, for South Korea. So in some ways, this sabre rattling over tariffs could be quite good for Australia.
While tariffs on U.S. wine exports could go up, tariffs on Australian wine exports to China have been falling, thanks to the free trade agreement between the two countries.
From 2015 to the end of this year, the 14% import tariff on Australian wine is disappearing. We're paying 2.8% at the moment, but as of the 1st of January 2019, it's gone. You see here they're all engraved Tyrrell's wines.
Most winemakers here say they don't want to see a trade war escalate. They're also well aware of what their industry stands to gain if it does happen. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Hunter Valley.